creature devours the corpses as a vulture devours carrion, stopping only as you approach.
I have my freedom. You have your reward. Do you not recall my warning? He drained...
It raises a handful of viscera to its mouth, then pauses, sensing your gaze.
Keep distant, mortal. When the craving ends, when my freedom is secured, I will again see you rewarded. In life, I was a wizard, as close to Amadia as a kitten to its mother. In undeath, I am a lich. Source streams through my bones like blood through veins. I think that's for the best, don't you?
Blood sprays from the victim's flesh like lava from a... The beast gorges on its meal. A sleuth of bears would make less of a bloody mess.
Well, look at you, all noble. I can't promise that your sacrifice will fill my belly, but if it sates me, I won't seek more.
It reaches out with its brittle fingers, and you hesitantly offer your hand. In an instant that feels like an eon, your source flows into the famished creature.
Oh, refreshed and refilled. Oh, you won't need to worry about your precious innocence anymore. Join me at my reliquary. I will take my soul. You will take what remains.
A haughty-looking undead woman, unmasked, surveys the ground around her, seeking something. Suddenly, her head swivels, and she trains an imperious gaze upon you.
What side do you take?
Her voice is clipped and detached, with metallic overtones. It even seems to echo, as if she's speaking to you from very far away. She cocks her skull to one side with a nightmarish creak. Though her shiny visage is completely devoid of emotion, you sense confusion in her manner. Confusion and more than a little scorn.
Quick now, quickly. Do you support Divine Order or Black Ring? So long as you do not pledge allegiance to the Ring, we can talk. Perhaps even trade. I have books, though I hate to part with them. And you, hopefully, you have something I want. Eithne was my name.
She slaps her face violently as she corrects herself, dislocating her loose jawbone and powdering the earth beneath her feet with bone dust.
I was a librarian in arts for the glory of the Order. The Ring came, burnt my library to the ground. My books, they are all I have, all I had. I had to save them. The flames. There was no making it out alive. But as the fire caught my magical scrolls, they all turned to a rain of glittering ash. I awoke covered in it, and here I stand. That would be prudent if I wanted to stay alive, or whatever it is that I am now. Survival is not something that interests me any longer. Not in this form.
Suddenly, she leans towards you with an unnerving creak.
Enough about that. I'm travelling as I look for a particular book. A tome to teach me how to make corpses explode. Would you have anything like that I could learn from? Money. Plenty of it. That's what the living care about, yes?
She scuffs one boot in the ashen dust at her feet and gazes off to the far horizon.
For my collection?
She opens and closes her jaw several times before deciding to speak. She dusts off her tunic as she confides in you, leaving a musty scent lingering in the air, like an old attic piled high with mildewed paper.
I spent years alone in a study researching the afterlife. I don't want this shadow existence. What is this world but a training ground for the next? What is this decaying body but the tool to get me there? I have almost everything I need to go. I just need that book. Have a look. Mind you don't tear any pages now. You know what I'm looking for. Come back to me if you find it. Must be one to be found somewhere.
Someone's already plucked this one.
Found the little corpse-related book I seek yet? Do you have it? Do you have the book I seek? Do you have it? Do you have the book I seek? What does a phoenix crave more than a flame? Do you have it? Do you have the book I seek?
Hello, miss.
Good day to you.
Do you have it? Do you have the book I see?
The Shadow? The Crawler? He has 10,000 names, all true
I
and
see a cage, and there's something in it.
10,000 masks of cowardice, each and every one of them.
he'll carve them all, one by slowly one into your quivering flesh.
He can do what he will. But one day his one true name I'll know, and so undo him. I suppose even you don't know your master's name, do you?
The Master? The Shadow? The Crawler?
The creature rubs its clattering hands together.
It's about time. My soul rests inside the reliquary. I need but a drop of your blood to open it. The fount requires a fresh offering. I upheld my part of the bargain and kept my teeth out of your so-called innocence. You can't spare a little blood to save another precious life. I am me. I am whole. I am Zash! The fount requires a... The fount requires a...
to none.
yourself.
You're not trying to escape, are you? Healing! The Reaper for me.
I was so close!
I need aid!
Magisters!
Your powers of observation astonish me.
Best you leave the building, stranger. We have sorcerer trouble. We're trying to talk her down without a fight. It's not going well. God's damn sorcerers. A sorceress, as it happens. A master of portals, and a lizard too. She seems unable to escape, thank the divine. But we can't get close enough to bring her down. We chased her clear across the country, and she's left devastation in her wake. We expect a Voidwoken attack here too, at any moment. That, or worse. Normally we'd take her down and ship her off to the necklace farm. But she doesn't seem the type to go quiet, and the White Magisters aren't too happy with her. If we don't kill her, they probably will. It's do or die. We have no time for this. You'll die first.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Magister's spirit has the 1,000-yard stare of the death. Hate washes over you from the spirit. Hatred for all the world. Sorcerers, soldiers, leaders, and Lucian himself. Especially the Divine, who died and left us all alone. A wave of resentment washes from the spirit before you. An adult life spent in service is rewarded with a forgotten death, out here in the middle of nowhere. The Shade walks in silent meditation. With eyes closed, she gently places her feet one by one on the grass. Sensing your presence, she opens her eyes and smiles at you, serene.
Blessings of the child Rallick upon you, my child. Here is a place of tranquility where those of faith can gather together. You are most welcome to stay and walk with me, my daughter, should you wish it. My vigil honors the Rallick in each human child.
Her thin lips press together. A fleeting look of despair crosses her wizened face, only to vanish almost instantly.
I cannot read the future, child. I live still, see? How else would we be in conversation? Rallick honors his chosen. Were I dead, I would be standing by his right-hand side in the Hall of Echo.
As magical energy crackles between the sorcerer's fingertips, Ifan turns to you. His mouth is set in a resolute line, but you can see anger blazing in his eyes.
This is the one who crafted the Death Fog device. This is her. I have questions that need answers.
He eyes you sidelong, clearly under the impression that you're joking.
You made the Death Fog that annihilated the elves. Who do you work for? How did you trick Lucian?
Ifan stalks forward and grips the sorcerer by the throat, lifting her clean off the ground. She sputters and chokes, eyes bulging and hands flailing as he squeezes her neck tighter and tighter. As she gasps for breath, he shakes her.
Why? Why did you trick Lucian by giving him a bomb instead of a portal?
The sorcerer casts a look of mingled terror and confusion at Ifan. He releases his grip slightly, allowing her to stand once more.
What? I just made the device the Divine himself ordered, I swear. And as for using it, that was all Lucian and Alexander. I was there. Lucian knew exactly what he was doing.
Ifan turns white and drops the sorcerer to the ground completely. In all your adventures together, you've never seen him so shaken.
Her complicity in the deaths of thousands has earned her own many times over. But it's not right for me to take the final cut.
He turns to you with defeat in his eyes, and all the sorrows of the world weighing on his shoulders.
She was a soldier following orders, just like me. Let her live with the torment of her actions, just as I have to.
The sorcerer nods a grateful smile at you, picking herself up from the ground and backing away from Ifan.
Thanks for standing with me back there. She disgusts me. What kind of person would knowingly craft something like that? Lucian knew that if he asked me to deliver the Death Fog, I would have refused, point blank. That's why he lied to me. What kind of person doesn't need the lie? What kind of person does the lying? Well, the consequences caught up with him. The consequences of Lucian's actions caught up with all of us. The Divine cared nothing for me, or for the elves. I was just a pawn. If Alexander still lives, that son of the Void's going to wish I truly killed him the first time.
Ifan sighs and glances across at you ruefully. He opens and closes his mouth several times before speaking.
You know, I was fit to kill Hanak. But truth be told, she's not much worse than I am. And yet, you accept me. Your friendship means a lot.
He smiles at you and claps your back in return.
Onwards.
The Magisters are dead. You have my thanks. You know your trade.
She offers you a grateful smile.
Little good. I went to Paradise Downs to teach a young sorcerer, Gwydion, but the Magisters came for us. We fought them off, and our source drew Voidwoken. You may blame the Magisters for the horror. I was on my way to where I thought that I might find a friend, of whom I'll say no more. The Magisters trapped me, and it appears I did find a friend. Just not the one I'd expected. My crowning glory, and the millstone around my neck. Yes, I made the bomb. I served Lucian as best I could. I gave him what he asked. Would I do it again? No, I would not.
She gives you a long look, considering the request.
You have proven yourself a friend at least, but you must prove your heart. I'll ask one more thing of you. I left my apprentice, Gwydion Rince, at the Black Pits. He is with his family. They are in danger. Help them, and I will help you. I should be most grateful. My hero, I'm grateful. What news of Gwydion Rince? Have you found him?
She arches what would be an eyebrow, if lizards had eyebrows.
Such a talented young sorcerer. In better times, he might have been a famous healer, a leader. But the Magisters have driven our kind into the shadows. Gwydion feared the great power within him. He did his best to hide it, but something so beautiful cannot stay hidden forever. A kind couple beseeched me to look after him, to teach him how to control his powers. I was happy to help, but it was never destined to last. My hero, what news of Gwydion?
She arches what would be an eyebrow.
I shall return home to the Empire when the Magisters have cooled their ardor. For now, I'll hide out here. It should be safe enough.
She gives you a shy smile. It's charming, and it may be her tell. She may well be lying.
My crown... No. Such a Gwydion... My hero, I'm grateful. What news of Gwydion? My hero, what news of Gwydion Rince? Have you found him?
I walk in Raleigh.
The Meister sits slumped.
What news? Can you channel enough source? Blessed news!
Stay strong on your hook.
As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading. As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul. As you approach, Ralik greets you with a salute, though his face is marred by a pained grimace.
My. How you positively brim with sauce. No wonder. After all the adventures you have had, all the things you've had to do. Have you no respect, daughter? No respect at all? You should.
A sudden shudder jolts through his body so violently that he drops to his knees, stunned into silence. A few moments pass. He breathes in and out heavily, then gets back on his feet with all the makeshift dignity he can muster. An ancient curse escapes from his lips, spoken so forcefully that for a brief moment all light recedes into the webs of darkness.
I refuse to entertain the possibility. Yes, the void is stronger than ever, but so are you. I can sense the expanse of source inside you. You are ready to learn the spell I've yearned to teach you. The spell you will need when we reach the well of ascension. I have given you eyes that see the source. Now I will give you the teeth to take it.
Ralik smartens, and you notice for the first time 2 vampire-like fangs glistening beneath his upper lip. A gulf of magic envelops you, and you feel a sudden, insatiable hunger for source.
Go on. I'm here for you. Give in to your hunger. Yes. Relish in your lust for power, just like a god should. Go on. Devour me.
Though your spell tore through him like a spear through flesh, Rallick looks grimly happy, if haggard.
You speak the spell with brash ferocity, like I knew you would. My champion. Oh, do you still not see? Even though you are a god-woken, destined to be a god. Let me tell you the one truth about what it means to be a god. It is to be the lion in a world of lambs. It is about power. And power is not given, it is taken. With your all-seeing eyes and your all-consuming teeth. You can see the souls of the dead. And now you can feed from them to your hungry heart's content. So feed. For you will starve until you finally feast upon the Well of Ascension.
As you suck the smoke deep in, as the world fades. As you approach,
My. Have you noticed?
A sudden shudder jolts through his body. A few moments, an ancient curse escapes from his...
I refuse. I consent. I have given you...
Rallic smiled.
Go on. I'm here for... Yeah, go on. Feast upon me. Feast.
Though your spell...
You speak the spell with brash ferocity. Of course. Do you still not see? Do you still not realize there will never be satiety? Let me tell you the one truth. It is about power. You can see the souls of the dead. So feed, for you will starve until you finally feast upon the well of ascension. No, your soul must grow bigger still. Your inner self become a vaster expanse so that it may house divinity. There are more masters of the Source, more aspects of the Source to learn. The hunt continues. Just you hurry! Go, learn, and do not tarry. The void grows stronger with every passing hour. Go.
You seem different. Or has the smoke simply addled your mind beyond repair? Vampirism? As if killing a creature weren't enough, you should utterly destroy its soul too. A dark skill, but certainly useful.
The Meister slumps back in her chair, closing her eyes. Her breathing is shallow and ragged.
Very well then. But as you lack the glowing eyes of the divine, or the purpose of one soon to be divine, I trust you need more Source. You need... another master of Source, naturally. I just pray the list you stole from the Magisters was long enough. What?
The death-shocked spirit stared. Your service is rewarded with the spirit's face contorts into a snarl. Hate washes over, an exquisite hatred for all the world. The Magister's hatred spills over, and he opens his mouth as if to scream, in fear and frustration and pure, naked rage.
I walk in Ralic's footsteps, that I may share in his burdens.
Pinched of face and stern of features, the spirit of a matronly nun eyes you gravely above her prayer beads.
Welcome to the House of Rallick. What brings you to my master's abode? This is the home of Rallick on Earth. You would be wise to bow your head, pretty little thing. He can be a harsh bridegroom to the unpenitent.
She shakes with anger, her eyes flashing daggers at you. Were she alive, now might be just about the right time to run far, far away.
Heretic! Trample your soul beneath his boots! May he feed your unfaithful heart to the void! Get away from... Oh, protect me, Rallick, as I have protected you all these years! Rallick! Ah!
The death-shocked spirit, he struggles to refocus and turns to look at you. But before he realizes what's happening to him, it's already over.
I walk in Rallick.
The spirit of a very young nun wanders in the cloister. Seeing you, she gives you a shy smile and a bobbing curtsy.
Hello? Are you lost? Are you looking for a home? Yes, it is my home. It is a home for all those who need one. Under the wing of Father Rallick, all are safe. All can find comfort. My parents were... killed. Tragically. It was an accident. I wandered in the forests until the sisters found me. They washed my sins away, fed me, clothed me. That's what home is.
She shrugs. If you had to choose an adjective to describe that shrug of hers, the closest word you could find would be sly.
Home's home. And besides, my parents are surely in the halls. By Rallick's blessing, I remain here.
Oh, hello there. A fine day it is. And the finest day for a wee saunter through the trees it is too. Not even any void-woken left to spoil it. Whoa, not so fast. I do try to be nice about it and all that. But this bridge is Marge's business. Since it is such a fine day, I can let you pass at a discount if you entertain me with tales of valiant void-woken battle. Otherwise, full price.
Wide-eyed, Marge nods in appreciation at your tale.
Now that is a story. For that, you can pass for a pittance. Over you go. And be sure to appreciate the bewitching views as you cross my magnificent bridge. Go on, and appreciate the fine tinkle of water beneath, the fine lichens, the hand-placed rocks.
The spirit doesn't register your presence at all. She wrings her hand as she looks down on her poor, crushed corpse.
Should have paid. Should have paid. Always pay. Mama said, can't fool a troll. Got to pay the troll. Always pay. Should have paid.
Take rest with me. Find yourself anew.
Oh my gods, you're ugly! You turn milk green and a Magister's red coat black. My Mistress Alice might fancy you, though. She has a taste for the odd. If she ever makes it back. The Magisters with the red coats chased her into the woods. They'll be sorry.
Here be witchery. Trespass not.
Out of my way, two legs. It's mating season. I've got places to be. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah.
Smells of lavender and charred flesh. It's almost homely. Almost.
Yeah. Hello. Stand back a bit there. I'm not feeling very well.
Not much of a landlubber, but well, the way I beast.
I don't. Then there's Justinia.
A vast continent full. We have to find them as such.
Well now.
If Anne claps you on...
Help us! Shush, Mabel! Don't you shush me, Geraldine. I'll talk to whomever I like. Shh! They're still here. I know they're still here. My apologies for my idiot friend, but we could really use your help. You won't believe it. She won't believe it, Mabel. She'll think we're mad cows.
Truth is, kind miss, that we are not, in fact, cows. At least not such.
We're people. Captives, to be exact. Enslaved by the witch. You're not here to visit Alice Elysian, are you?
So will you help us?
She won't help us. Look at her. Can barely help herself. Yes, miss. Please help us. Babel, she can hear us whispering.
I know, Geraldine, I know. Now shut up. Look, we really do need your assistance.
Just get us something to drink.
What my friend here means to say, kind lady, is that there's a cure for our condition. Alice Elysian has it in her house. If we could drink it, we could regain our former forms, as it were, and steal away.
Don't mention the rats.
For God's sake, Geraldine.
What rats?
They're just ordinary rats. Nothing special or awful about them at all. Wouldn't let them worry you.
The witch ain't here.
What my friend wishes to say is that Alice went into the cloisterwood collecting herbs and hasn't been seen in some time. But that there, just down the way, is her house. She has a frog. You can't miss it. Would you mind awfully procuring for us a small potion that Alice Elysian keeps in her cellar? We'd rather like to, you know, assume our rightful forms and toddle off. Thanks ever so.
Thank the gods.
I humbly thank you. You won't regret it. Don't be disgusting. We hardly know you.
Sure.
Geraldine.
Oh, right, yeah, disgusting. Sorry, better not.
What's wrong with that bird?
Oh, I'd give up my wings for a respite from this pestilence. My feathers are molting. My wings can't carry me anymore. I feel so cold. All I can think about is warmth.
It painstakingly attempts to flap its spindly wings, failing miserably.
I doubt anything can remedy how terrible I feel. Oh, I'd give up my wings for a respite from this. My feathers are molting.
It painstakingly attempts to flap its wings to no effect. You catch a glimpse of its weak little torso. A faint glow emits from within it, like a cooling ember.
I doubt anything can remedy how terrible I feel. A phoenix? Cut back on whatever you're drinking. I'm in no mood to be made fun of. Not in this condition. I'd know if I was a phoenix.
The bird stares at you for a long moment.
All right, do it. Burn me. But may the flames consume you too if you're wrong about this.
Is it dead?
A phoenix egg.
The egg is warm to the touch, but not from the ashes. This warmth comes from deep within the egg. The egg is smooth and glossy dark, like some rare volcanic mineral. From deep within its core, a fiery glow pulsates, almost like a heartbeat.
This egg was born of fire itself. It's earned its place in the world. Keep it safe, I say.
A rare find. Could come in handy at some point.
This creature is born of fire. Eat it, and you might gain some of its power.
I shall keep this egg. Who knows what might come of it?
On account of you being ugly, I mean. Rah.
Before you lies a primitive altar to the Seven, apparently constructed during a bygone era. Something about it appeals to you, a faint heat emanating from the stones, perhaps. The stones appear to be just that, Apart from a few faded red stains across the topmost slab, nothing unusual betrays itself. Gentle heat warms your hand.
Go no further. We are at ritual. Do not disturb us.
The elf shakes his head slowly, his eyes fixed upon you with the stare of a hunter.
This place is not for you. Leave.
Go no farther. Go no farther. Go no farther.
You may not. Go no further. We are at ritual. Do not disturb us. Go no further. We are at ritual. Do not disturb us. Enter then. Keep respect.
We see you. We are in ritual for a fallen brother. You may talk to Tova. Do not break ritual. Our attack is repelled. Our brother, Sarius, dies in battle against lone wolves. Our ritual honors him and sows him in the earth for rebirth as an ancestor tree.
The elf shakes her head. Her face is a mask of determination.
Choice of opponents is a luxury we do not have. Our people are threatened. We must fight all threats, wherever they come from. Only Tova can speak to you of this. She will decide what you should know or not. We have little, but what we have we may bargain. I see you.
I see the good in you. Pass through. I see the good.
Birth to birth.
3 battle-weary elven warriors make ritual over the body of a fallen comrade. They're chanting low and fierce. The pain of their loss is manifest in every word.
Blood to earth, to wood, to birth.
The blood of Sarius to this earth.
Enter there.
I see you. Our attack is repelled. Our brother...
The elf.
Choice of opponents. Only Tova can speak. We have little. Fair bargain. I see you.
Three battle-weary elven warriors make ritual over the...
Blood to earth, to wood, to birth. The blood of Sarius to this earth.
The tallest, strongest elf, she places the tip of a long-bladed spear on poor dead Sarius's chest.
Blood to earth.
Her companions reach out and grasp the spear, ready to plunge it into Sarius's heart. Three battle-weary elven warriors make ritual over the body of a fallen comrade. They're chanting low and fierce. The pain of their loss is manifest in every word.
Blood to earth, to wood, to birth. The blood of Sarius to this earth.
The tallest, strongest elf, whom you take to be the leader, acknowledges your presence with the tiniest tilt of her head, then turns back to the task in hand. She places the tip of a long-bladed spear on poor dead Sarius's chest bone.
Blood to earth.
Her companions reach out and grasp the spear, ready to plunge it into Sarius's heart.
Blood to earth.
Together you plunge the blade deep into Sarius's heart, then twist it 3 times as is the custom. Blood flows freely to the ground, and Sarius's heart lies neatly cut in 4.
Blood to blood!
Each warrior plucks a piece of heart and places it in their mouth. Chewing solemnly, their leader looks to you to see what you will do. Saria's memories flood you. A warrior, proud and true, you fight the lone wolves at the sawmill for Sahala, your scion, and for the future of all the elves, or all that still remain. But the fight goes ill. You and Tova draw fire that your friends may flee. You die in Tova's arms. With the barest blink, Tova accepts your good wishes, then turns back to the corpse.
Sarius is a warrior, proud and true. Blood to blood, earth to earth, wood to wood, birth to birth. Sarius becomes his tree. May Sarius take root.
The elves pick Sarius's bloody corpse from the ground. Tova looks to you, then indicates for you to help. Together you send Sarius to his final resting place. His corpse rolls to a stop at the bottom of the pit. The elven leader stands and stares at her fallen comrade. Then she wipes away a tear and turns away.
Once all are well, once more we take the mill.
And kill the lone wolves all.
The tall elf stares into the pit with dry, bloodshot eyes, her face betraying no emotion.
We lose too much. We lose our homes, we lose our safety, we lose each other.
She looks into your eyes, her face set in a fierce frown.
It is enough. No more. No. But our turn, my people's turn, is over. You honor us during the ritual. You honor Sarius. You help remember him. You help bury him. But we need help still, or we perish here. Not only these people here, but all of us. I wonder if you honor us once more. It is something of great importance to me and to my people. Our home forests are gone. The great trees are cut to pieces. The memories inside them nearly lost. They become nothingness unless we find our scion. A scion is precious. A seed containing all the memories of the ancestor trees in case they are lost. Since the death fog, such a time has come, but someone hunts our scions. Someone takes them from us, one by one. Most die. An assassin kills them in their sleep. But Sahala, she is alive. She lives still. As long as she remains, our people have hope. If she is lost, so are we. This scion, the one we seek now, she is...
Her voice catches in her throat.
She is my daughter. Her name is Sahala, and she is taken from us. That is why we come here. That is why we lose Sarius, to find her. If she is lost, if our scion is lost, all our people are lost. She is everything.
Her eyes narrow, her fists clench, and her mouth tightens to a thin line.
Do you know the lone wolves? Then you know the risk. We come here to get her back, to bring her home. She is everything to me. She is everything to us. You do. You speak to her. Then you understand. You see what a gentle soul she is. You see how kind. She is not only a scion, but a precious child. She cannot be lost. You honor us. I fear it is impossible for one of my kind to enter their base. They know we are here. They expect us. She is taken by their leader, a savage man named Roost Anlon. I do not know why, but I know she must return to me. If I lose her, I cannot lose her. We plan another assault. We cannot give up. It is better for us all to die than for Sahala to be lost. I only hope perhaps you find her before then. Good luck. Please, hurry. Anything you can find out. Anything you can do to bring her home. She cannot be lost. Roost Anlon and his lone wolves take Sahala. She is my daughter. She is a scion. If she is lost, an eternity of memories will be gone. This cannot happen. You must find your way inside the sawmill and retrieve her, or all my people are lost forever.
Bind that wound that it does not fester.
I see you. We are in ritual for our comrade Sarius, dead at the hand of a lone wolf. If you would talk of lone wolves...
I see you, and I fear you not. Injured I may be, do not take me for vulnerable. I fight. I do not win, and I do not die. It is this way from the moment the mists of death descend. Our home is dead and gone, so we join the world. But we should not, for the world kills us. But if we fight not, we lose our scions. We fight for our lives as we fight all our lives. We fight the black ring on the side of the divine. But Lucian betrays us. Lucian sends us to our deaths. And so we fight and fight again. And fight until the moment where we find our home once more. Our blood is in the soil, our ancestors in the trees, our memories in the wood. Our homeland is all of us. You cannot understand. Speak to Tova if speak you must. I speak no more with you.
I see you. Worry not. The wound tells the eye a lie. In truth, the pain is not so bad. The lone wolf in the mill, who cuts me so, has luck upon his side. For now. Not so our own dear Sarius. We have our reasons, and they are good, but they are not for me to tell. Tova leads us, and leads us well, from the moment the mists of death descend, right to this moment here. We fight the war for the divine. Our warriors stand by Lucian's side to keep our people safe, the living and the dead, from warrior to tree. But we reaped Lucian's reward. The mists came down, and all our lands are dead. I see you.
The tree-form spirit slowly, oh so slowly, becomes aware of you. When he speaks, it's low and slow. He grumbles, as if in discomfort or in pain.
I see you. A lone wolf took my life as I tried to take hers. She fought the battle well, at least as well as I. The mill ran red with blood. Much of it was mine. No, not at all. This pain right now is from taking root. This pain is good. This pain is life. Talk your way inside. Talk gently and tell lies. Or creep and crawl. There is a way, a secret way inside. And you will find. Fight if fight you must, but do not dare to hope to kill them all. But if you can, please kill them all.
With a last great creaking groan, he returns to the business of securing his roots and takes his leave of you.
Well now.
Ifan claps.
Go on then. Careful, I've spotted a trap. Careful now, that's a trap.
The ghostly elf stands protectively over his corpse, eyes darting across the minefield. His gaze never quite falls on you. You are a warrior, proud and true. You saw your people die as the death fog consumed the forest. You heard them scream and then fall silent. You came for revenge, and you found your own death.
Careful now, that's a trap.
Get away from me, you lone wolf scrubber. Likely story, wolf. Go on. Piss off. Else what? You lone wolves kick the shite out of me and send me into an accursed minefield where my cart gets blown up and I get killed, and all you can do is laugh. What could you possibly do that's worse than that? Likely story, wolf. Go on. Piss off. Get away from me, you lone wolf scrubber.
The elf's spirit seizes you by the shoulders, but you feel nothing. His eyes are panicked, and he appears to be shouting something, but you can't hear him. He screams on, but with another's voice. An elven child, in terror and in pain. The fog, the fog, the fog! Those screams will never leave you, even after your death.
These are lone wolves. Let me do the talking.
The spirit stands with her feet apart, arms at her sides, palms up. She appears to be chanting something, perhaps a prayer to the sky, but you hear nothing. You are a dancer, a lover, a jester. But then the death fog takes the forest and all you know is gone. The screams of your people echo in your heart. You become a warrior. You die fighting, all play forgotten.
Compliment. Wonder how they made it through.
Must have had a strong will to get run through rather than blown to bits.
All the people asking where he left his crown.
The grim-faced guard raises his weapon as you approach, then stops short and quickly bows respectfully.
If and been mezd, as I live and breathe. Didn't think we'd be seeing you again so soon, sir. He is. He'd be glad to see you, too. Glad as Roost gets, anyway. He's hoping you'll bring friends.
He winks at you so hard and so theatrically that one whole half of his face seems to squint.
You wouldn't remember me, sir, but you saved my life at Tamber Brook. I still have the hanky where you stuck my big toe. Roost's upstairs in the big house there, sir. He's waiting for you. Reckon he's as eager to hear how you've been getting on as the rest of us.
The spirit turns to meet your gaze. You feel heat upon your skin. The acrid stench of charring flesh assails your nose, and you can hear screaming, the agonizing cries of people burning alive. The spirit, mute, holds out his hand towards you, palm upwards in supplication, his eyes pleading. With a blast, the heat surrounds you. The hair on your forearm shrivels and dies. Flames dance across your vision, and the screaming seems to fill your very existence. And for a moment, you are the spirit before you. Your name is Cyrus Oates, and you are in a tavern with your friends. But someone has barred the exits and set the place afire. And you know that it's your fault. Your friends scream for help that will not come. You know that outside stands the lone wolf Pigsbane, and that he was paid to kill you. You know Pigsbane listens for your screams. All you can do is die proud. Your name is Cyrus Oates, and you will not scream. Sweat streams from your pores. The roar of the flames drowns the screams. Cyrus Oates begins to burn. He does not scream. You feel your flesh blister and char, your head crackle and burn. Cyrus Oates bares his teeth as his lips are burned away, but he does not scream. You try to close your eyes against the pain, but your eyelids have burned away. You haven't breathed in what seems like hours. You desperately want to scream, but Cyrus Oates did not scream. Your mouth opens wide, and you scream in horror, but no sound comes. The blackened bones that once were Cyrus Oates opens its mouth and starts to laugh. Then he releases your hand, and you fall backwards, spinning, burning into the abyss, falling forever into your own soundless scream.
Do I smell smoke?
Heat, burning flesh, the screams of the dying.
Mind yourself.
You made it past the traps, fair enough. But you still better step carefully, stranger, or I'll tear your throat out with me teeth. If you find out from me, you'll find out the hard way.
He nods a greeting.
Nice one, good price. Now we got money now.
The spirit of a woman locks her gaze on the lone wolf sentry.
Say my name, you son of a sow! Edie Engrim! Say it! Say my name!
And then, you are her. You are the young woman Edie Engrim, seduced by a boy. But to become a lone wolf, he had to pass a test. He had to murder the woman he loved. He passed the test, and you were murdered. And all the time you knew him, he never spoke your name. She turns to look at you at last.
I was Edie Engrim. My killer should be made to speak my name.
He draws his wands.
You're in my space, stranger. Feel free to leave it.
Light crackles along the wands in a display of potential power. Point made. He gives you a stern look. Suddenly he's interested. Suddenly he's on edge.
Who are you to her? Mother? Daughter? Sister? Lover? Huh. If you're looking for revenge, you won't find it here.
He leans forward and growls.
No. And push no further, or we shall have a problem.
He considers and comes to the conclusion that it's not worth his while resisting.
Hells, forget it.
He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath.
Edie Ingram. She was always at her most beautiful when she was angry.
A smile spreads across his face.
She'll be waiting for me in the halls, and she's gonna be pissed.
He gives you a stern... The spirit of a woman locks her gaze...
I hope it burns your tongue to say my name! Don't think yourself atoned for what you did, lone wolf. But me... I'm free of you now. To the halls I'll go.
She turns and looks you in the eye. Then she dips her head in thanks and leaves.
Ain't you getting tired? Same contract over and over. How many of them can there be?
A thin, grim man carefully sands the end of a beautiful, unpolished longbow. He studiously avoids looking up as you approach.
Am I in your way, ma'am?
He looks from the ground to the bow and continues sanding.
Suppose I don't. I'm no assassin, just a Fletcher. Roost heard about my work and invited me to work here.
He blows a dusting of wood dust off the bow.
Feller doesn't ignore an invitation from Roost Anlon, does he? I'm not supposed to be trading with the other guests. Roost's orders. Fine, just please be discreet. I'm very much at Roost's mercy while I'm here.
Makes you get inside. Say, how many of them can there be?
His arrows fly true and straight into the burlap sack.
An elderly mage glowers at the lone wolf sentry, muttering wordlessly. He jerks his head to look at you, but says nothing. Then he opens his mouth, and you can clearly see the tip of a crossbow bolt protruding from the back of his throat. The spirit clutches his mouth in shock, and then realizes what has happened. He removes his hands, and the crossbow bolt is gone. He can speak once more, if painfully.
Thank you. I'll pay you well for one more job.
He turns and points at the lone wolf sharpshooter.
Kill him.
He points his finger.
Kill.
The sharpshooter turns from his silent watch over the mill and its approaches, and holds you in a steady regard. A ghostly aura shrouds the log, along with a penetrating icy cold. Bitter cold shoots up your fingertips, through your arm, shoulder, neck, and into your brain. Your whole body contracts with the aching freeze, and a voice sounds inside of you.
See what I see. Feel what I feel. Look down.
Where your feet should be, you see great gnarled roots disappearing into a mossy forest floor. As this log once was, you are an ancestor tree. As you examine yourself, you see the top of a small elven child's head as she approaches. She wraps her arms around you and rests her head against your great trunk. You pass her a memory. Once you were her father. You pass her the softness you remember of her chubby cheeks. You pass her the warmth between you when you curled back to sleep. A tear trickles from the child's eye and onto your bark. She whispers that she loves you. She says she will come back tomorrow.
You see?
The child departs, and night falls. You hear voices and the dull thud of axes. A human approaches you and pats your trunk. He raises his axe and...
You see?
You lie in pieces on the forest floor. Rough hands toss you into a cart and haul you away.
You see? You see what he does to me. You see he takes me from my life. You see he cuts me into parts. You make him pay. His bones lie buried in our sacred soil, but his spirit remains. Find him. Take from him what he takes from me. I show you where. Find him. I find peace then. I find peace when he is gone.
Then leave.
Hey, it's a good living here. You know that.
Your living is nothing if you're unhappy.
Never knew you to be sentimental.
Logical, not sentimental. Unhappy people are sloppy, unreliable.
Maybe that's why I ain't landed a mark in a while. I'm unhappy. Or maybe I'm just horny.